Testing, 1, 2, 3. Guys, sorry to bother you again today, but things keep popping off from behind the curtains in Iraq. This is major breaking news, more than any other news we have received recently. This news suggests that the U.S. is pushing Iraq to implement certain financial standards, or else. Here's what's happening.
Iraq is taking desperate steps to meet its financial obligations, using escrow funds from the Federal Reserve Bank of New York to pay the salaries of its public sector workers. These funds, which are typically set aside for Iraq's oil revenues and managed under tight international regulations, were originally established after the 2003 invasion to protect Iraq's income from foreign claims and lawsuits. The United States continues to hold these funds in escrow as part of a mechanism to ensure transparency and prevent misuse, especially due to ongoing concerns about corruption and illicit financial activities in Iraq. However, because of a sharp decline in domestic U.S. dollar reserves in Iraqi banks, mostly due to tightened restrictions by the U.S. Treasury and the Federal Reserve, Iraq is now being forced to dip into these protected accounts just to cover basic expenses like salaries. The United States had imposed stricter controls to stop the illegal transfer of dollars to sanctioned countries like Iran and Syria. This led to delays in dollar transfers from the Federal Reserve to Iraq's central bank, creating cash shortages within the country. Iraq has been under increasing pressure to adopt global financial standards, especially anti-money laundering and anti-terrorism financing rules. The United States insists that unless Iraq fully complies with these standards, dollar transactions will remain restricted. In the meantime, Iraq is struggling to keep up with internal expenses, especially the massive monthly payroll of more than $3 billion. Since late 2022, Iraq has faced challenges getting sufficient U.S. dollars from the Federal Reserve, making it difficult for the country to maintain financial stability. The Iraqi government has received temporary approval to use the escrow funds in the New York Fed to prevent further economic disruption, but this is not a long-term solution. Experts warn that unless Iraq implements financial reforms, increases transparency, and reduces its reliance on cash-based transactions, the situation will worsen. The use of these protected funds signals how critical Iraq's economic situation has become, and how deeply it depends on cooperation with U.S. financial authorities. The channel will keep you posted.